What you are saying is that a person like Osama bin Laden or people like the suicidal guys who go and kill others, these are infidels?
They are infidels according to the Quran. According to
Quran,
Islam.
which is the holy book of Muslims.
According to Quran is
but those guys also, they recite the Quran all the time and they work with the Quran.
Yes, because they understand the Quran according to the Wahhabi interpretation of Quran. And the Wahhabi interpretation of Quran, it changed the terminology of the Quran verses, it changed the laws inside Quran, it changed also the terms of Quranic stories and how Quran talks about the Prophet Muhammad. They change everything and they believe in this change. And it is not, it is not they do not invent it. They restore it from the Middle Ages.
They do not invent what?
They do not invent this interpretation. They restore, they restore this interpretation from the early time of Muslim empire.
You indicated that before, that you said that they just went back to the doctrine of the Middle Ages when there was a struggle between the Muslim empire and the Byzantine, which is Middle East and versus the West. And they're extending that nowadays, and they're trying to follow the same concept. Which is amazing, of course, because this is very interesting. And let us take the kind of militant. Well, obviously, the jihad is not only a peaceful endeavor, because even in the Middle Ages and even at the times of the Prophet of Islam himself, there were wars, and these wars were supposed to be a sort of jihad. So let us talk a little bit, because we are almost like 5 minutes away from our wrapping up and conclusion, about how does war fit in the concept of jihad?
Go to the Quran, the verse 190 in the chapter 2, it gives the rules of war in Islam. And God says, وَقَاتِلُوا فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ الَّذِينَ يُقَاتِلُونَكُمْ وَلَا تَعْتَدُوا إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يُحِبُّ الْمُعْتَدِينَ. And fight in the cause of God, those who are fighting you, and do not transgress the limits, because God like not the transgressor. This is the rules.
Okay.
Fight only to defend yourself, not to start war, not to attack.
So what you are saying is that the jihad, when it comes to war as a component in the concept of jihad, it has to be only defensive war?
Yes.
That means that a Muslim does not have the permission to launch an offensive war?
No. As long as they are Muslim, as long as they obey God, they have to be peaceful, not to start war. More than that, they have to be tolerant. And by the way, the word of tolerant has a very important term in Quran. It means ihsan. Ihsan is to forgive, not to be tolerant. Is to be forgiver.
To be forgiving, okay.
Yes.
All right. What about some people who would take an offensive action and saying that this is the best way to defend myself? I mean, the concept of differentiating between defense and offense is a little bit flexible, and it could be blurred.
Talking about Muslim has in his heart observing God. This term in Quran means taqwa. Taqwa, to observe God and to try to please God by what you are doing. And this is, the judgment is inside you, and you could not deceive yourself. So you have in your conscience that you wanted to please God, so that you cannot deceive God or you cannot deceive yourself. So this is, the rules of law in Quran, depending on your heart, your consciousness, and to observe God and to deal with God directly and do the right thing that you could not deceive yourself or deceive your God by it. So to talk about what is attack and what is defense, it is inside you to define it.
So what you are saying is that it's truthfulness of
Yes.
the person who is
Yes.
deciding whether this business is offensive or defensive.
Yes.
And if there is a legitimate political or strategic need to be on the offensive, can you do that as a Muslim?
No, because look at it. It is repeated in the Quran 3 times that the life is very sacred. To protect the human life is very important. It is the one of the major commandment in Islam, according to the chapter 6.
To revere life.
Yes, to revere life and to protect life. So when you go to do something that may kill people, no, you have to stop. Because if you're doing this, you are violating the very important rules in Islam, which is life.
I see. Well, I think, time has passed so fast, and I was planning or hoping that I'm going to talk to you more about various additional points, but we will have to wrap up right now. They're telling me that the 25 to 28 minutes has ended, and thank you very much for attending, and perhaps we would see you in our post-show. I hope you have found something new in this show, and in wrapping up, I thank you for being with us for this 25 minutes, and please do not hesitate to contact us at our email address, newideastudioa@gmail.com, in case you have any questions or comments. In conclusion, I would like to thank the Fairfax Access Station for giving us these facilities, and thank you very much.
كويس.
That was حاجة مش بطال يعني.
كويس. أهم شيء بس الإنجليزي بس بتاعي.
لا مفهوم.
هو كويس أنت بتعمل لي الأولاد الموصين قبل ما أجي يا بابا بي كونسايز. وقول الحاجة المهمة في الأول وما